rules which we need to follow. Keep your phones on switched off or on silent mode. If you haven't already, I would suggest you do that right now. Once the if the when a new speaker comes onto the stage, do welcome them with a do unmute yourself and welcome them with a huge round of applause. And last but not the least, when you have to move out of the screen, or if you have to move away from your screen, do switch off your camera and do what you please. Now let's take a round of introductions. Any guests over here, Surangi?
We have Nitish Kumar.
Okay. Nitish Kumar. Yes. Guest Nitish, would you like to introduce yourself? If you could just state your name, your where you work, where you study. I guess he isn't. Oh, mic issues on my side. That's okay, no problem. Tanvi Kasandi, would you like to go next?
Hello everyone, my name is Tanvi, and you guys might have guessed I'm Ansh's younger sister. I have just passed my 12th standard and I'm waiting for the admission process to start. My hobbies are trekking, drawing, painting, and music.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? I'm sorry, my screen just yeah. Uh, Priya Pandit, are you a guest or are you a visiting Toastmaster?
Hello,
Yes.
I'm guest actually. This is my first time I'm joining Toastmaster
Oh,
meeting.
okay. No problem. Would you like to please introduce yourself? Just your name, where you study, where you're from.
Actually, I'm from Beed, which is in Marathwada, but I'm
Okay.
in Pune for last 5 6 years. I have just graduated this
Okay.
year in
Okay.
2020.
Okay. Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to seeing you more often as a guest and hopefully someday as a member. I think we just have a new person joining in. Saurabh, are you a guest or are you a visiting Toastmaster?
He just joined Toastmaster TMCP West today.
Okay, okay, okay. I didn't recognize the spelling. I'm so sorry. And everyone was writing SAU. I'm so sorry. Saurabh, would you like to give us your introduction, please? First time here. How do you feel?
Yeah, actually, I just joined today and I actually have no idea. I just attended one meeting.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna observe today like how the meeting goes. That's
Okay.
all from my side.
No problem. I think that's all from my side. Oh, we do have one more guest joining in. Toastmaster Nikita Kurana, would you like to go? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nikita Khurana. I'm 21 years old and I recently completed my graduation in BCom Honors from Delhi University. So I am not a Punekar per se. I am from Delhi NCR and I have come here for some time. And the reason why I'm here today is because I do have a slight interest in public speaking, though I don't have the required confidence. Hence, I want to work on my communication skills, and hence I'm here. So I'm looking forward to having a great session with you all. Thank you for having me.
That's completely fine. That's what we all are here for. We are here to learn and from each other and grow as people. So welcome, and we look forward to having you even more. Swapnil Patil, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi Siddharth, thank
Hi.
you for inviting. I am from UPL Toastmasters Club and have interacted once or twice with Vivaswan, and he had already extended invite for your previous meetings, but I could not make it to your meetings. Fortunately, I can today and look forward to a great meeting. Every meeting has all prepared speeches, all table topic speeches, evaluations have something to offer. So I'm looking forward to a great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Swapnil. We look forward to having you more as a guest. And yeah, I think that's all the guests that we have today. I'm sorry if I missed someone. Have I missed someone? I don't think so. Anyway, Thank you so much for that. And now I would like to give it over to our very own Toastmaster of the day, Swarangi Naik Satam. Over to you.
Thank you, Siddhant, Toastmaster Siddhant. Our theme for today is types of audio files. It's a bit far-fetched, really. To give you the meaning of audio files, it's basically an exceptional breed of people who are fascinated by pure audio and motivated by sound quality and addicted to audio gadgets. And audiophiles take their passion for music one step further. Now, this is a bit far fetched. I'm not referring to this. Our theme for today would be talking about audiophiles in the terms of what kind of music genre do you like? I was going through my Facebook profile the other day and I went through my older posts and I realized that I had posted a photo saying music is my life. And then I went through many of my friends' posts and I went through their older posts and I realized that at some point of time, all of us have hit that rock bottom and we have, in the deep mood, posted a photo saying music is my life. And I just realized how crazy all of us are about music, and how music is such a relatable theme for all of us. So this is our theme for today, and I'll be discussing our various types of music lovers, music fans, various types of genres, etc. throughout our theme today, throughout our meeting today. But first, I'd like to start by introducing my team who is going to take forward our meeting today. First, we had the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Siddhant Apte. He has just graduated from after doing his BBA degree, and he's a cricket fan, but a very annoying one because he always brings it up when I don't really want it up. So good. It was quite an energetic start to the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Siddhant. Next, we have our timer, Toastmaster Mansi Kasende. She is a computer engineering student and she likes all types of music, right from acoustic, pop, rap, rock, hip hop, everything. So it was a bit confusing for me to start with what kind of introduction that I should give her. Over to you, Toastmaster Mansi, for explaining the timer's role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Today I am going to play the role of timer, and as timer, it is my duty to time the prepared speeches, the evaluations, the role play reports, and the table topic speeches. For that, I am going to make use of the Toastmasters tmtimer.calebgrove website. I will just share my screen, just a minute. Okay, so whenever someone is going to give a speech or an evaluation, I will start this timer. And for example, if it's a table topic speech, then the screen will turn green at 1 minute, then it will turn yellow at 2 minutes, and it will turn red at 2 minutes 30 seconds. Now, what does green, yellow, and red indicate? Green indicates qualifying time, yellow indicates target time, and red indicates maximum time. So that's it. I will give my report whenever I'm asked to do so. Over to you, Toastmaster Swarangi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. Our next role player for today is the R counter. This role is going to be played by Toastmaster Rahul Tansai. He is a computer engineering student at PICT. He loves playing tennis and listening to music, good for today's theme. And he loves traveling places and he wishes to become a professional travel blogger in the future. And he says that his favorite music genre is pop and rap music. I would like to talk to you about your pop playlist because I love pop too. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul, for explaining your role.
Yeah, actually, there are plenty of pop songs on my Spotify, like songs playlist. I'd like to share with you. Okay, so jokes apart. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests and visiting Toastmasters. I'm Toastmaster Rahul, and I would be playing the role of the A counter. So, as an A counter, my job is to keep track of the filler words and the pauses that you guys would be using in your speeches. So, these filler words are like, then some people tend to use, and so on. So, these filler words tend to disrupt the flow of the speech. And to make sure that you don't, that you tend to reduce the usage of these filler words and pauses, I'd be keeping track of the same. So that's it from my side. That was the explanation of my role. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Now for the role of the language evaluator, we have Toastmaster Atharva Khisti. He has just recently become a computer engineer, and he is working in AI and software development, and he has his own business. So that's really amazing. I think it's a startup. And talking about music, he is into folk and acoustic music. Over to you, Toastmaster Atharva, to explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. I just want to confirm if I'm audible.
Yeah.
Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Atharva. Today I will be playing the role of language evaluator. My role is basically to listen to your speeches, your reports, your table topics very closely and find out the grammatically not so correct mistakes that you do. Also, I would point out the good usage of English that has been done throughout this meeting. And as for every meeting, we have a word of the day and idiom of the day that we encourage our members and the speakers to use at least once in their speeches. So for the word of the day, we have harmony. Harmony means in accordance with or to be consistent with. So I'll give you an example. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Would anyone like to try using the word of the day in a sentence? Toastmaster Swapnil.
There won't be any harmony in Toastmasters if we talk about sex, politics, and religion.
Good one. Anyone else wants to try? Yes, Toastmaster Rahul.
Actually, this meaning is regarding the element should go in flow. So this kind of meaning is
right.
To this
so
harmony.
in accordance with that, that's what.
Yeah. So even I am framing a Toastmasters related sentence. So any Toastmaster meeting goes in harmony when all the role players perform well. So is that
okay?
A good sentence?
Almost. Okay, but so in harmony with, generally a sentence is framed at this goes in harmony with something. So, or probably this is also a correct usage. Now I would like to introduce the idiom of the day. Idiom of the day is to hit the right note, which means to do or say something in a way that is very suitable for a particular audience or a particular occasion. The example being, the party appeared to strike exactly the right note with the electorate. Would anyone like to use the idiom of the day in a sentence? Toastmaster Swapnil Patil.
Yes, the first Toastmaster who was asked to use the word harmony, he managed to strike the correct note and he used the word properly.
Right. So I would like to encourage you to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day as much as you can, and support the person who uses the word of the day or idiom of the day by showing a thumbs up, either physically or like you can use the emoji in the Zoom meetings. So I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atharva. And now, throughout our meeting, someone will be taking a step back and looking at how our meeting is going, so he can tell us what improvements we can do in our meeting. He is Toastmaster Swapnil Paranspe. He has been a Toastmaster for the past 5 years, and he recently graduated from Kaveri College by doing BCom. And he has bagged a internship at Fairfield by Marriott at Bekavi, and he has a long list. He has completed advanced diploma in tourism management, and he's officially ITA certified person. So he will give his evaluation report at the end of the meeting. All right. And we also have a few guests joining in recently. So guest Chetan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. I'm CA Chetan Sikchi. I'm currently working at a CA firm in Pune. I like to travel. I like to watch movies, read sometimes. That's all from my side. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in
Thank you.
for this meeting. Guest Shreyas Mandke, would you like to give your introduction? And if you could please switch on your video too.
Hello,
Hi.
I am Shreyas Mandke. I am in 11th standard now. My age is 17 complete. It's my third meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining in, Shreyas. And now for her presidential address, I would now like to welcome Toastmaster Mansi on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow and future Toastmasters, good evening and welcome to the 471st chapter meeting of Toastmasters Club of Pune-West. I am Toastmaster Manasi, the VP Education of the club. Now, since we have guests today who are new to Toastmasters, I would like to give a brief introduction of Toastmasters to them. Toastmasters is a public speaking and leadership development platform. It was started in 1924 in USA. Now it is now there are many clubs in various countries, over 16,000 clubs in various countries, and around 3.75 lakh active members. Pune alone has 80 plus clubs. And I will tell you a bit about how every Toastmaster meeting works. Every meeting is divided into 4 parts. The first part is the prepared speeches. In prepared speeches, every member prepares a speech which has certain set of objectives and they have to satisfy those objectives. Then we have evaluations. The prepared speeches which are given by the Toastmasters are then evaluated by senior members of Toastmasters, and they give a feedback in CRC format, that is comment, recommend and comment. That means they point out the positives as well as the negatives of the speech. Then we have the table topic session or the impromptu speaking session, in which you practice your skills to think of the curve. That means that a table topics master will give a topic to anyone, a guest or a member on the spot, and he or she has to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And the fourth part of a meeting are the role player reports. We have various role players in a meeting. Toastmaster Swarangi just introduced them. They present their reports at the end of the meeting. Now, this is how you can develop your communication skills. And regarding your leadership skills, you can take up roles. You can take up club officer roles, or you can take up roles in the area or in the district. Now, for example, club officer roles include the president or the vice president education, or the vice president membership, treasurer, sergeant at arms, etc. So that is about Toastmasters. Speaking about today's theme, now music is something that everyone loves listening to, but of course there are different types of people, different types of music listeners as well. Now I am of that type that who listens to all kinds of good music, as Toastmaster Swarangi was introducing me. Now I would like to tell you all a small story regarding this. This was in 9th standard and it was my first cricket tour. And my roommate during that time I was a girl who used to listen to the popular songs at that time. I knew all the just the popular and trending songs from the Bollywood movies. But my roommate, she used to listen to all kinds of music. I mean, whenever she was in the shower, she had a different playlist for that. Before the match, she had a different playlist for that. For after the match, she had a different playlist. And you know, when we were in the room, she had a different playlist for that. So she had this all kinds of playlist and all in different kinds of genres of music. And I was really confused. I mean, I didn't even know half of the songs during that time of what half of the songs that she played. So I was very curious about that, and I just asked her, how do you know these many songs? I mean, what do you do? And she said, music is my life. I love music. And it was from that point of time that I started listening to different kinds of songs, and I have never looked back. So that was how I started liking all kinds of music. I won't talk much about the theme now because that is the TMOD's job. So for that, over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These are the people that take this love for music to the next level, absolutely. So, when I was talking about the different types of audiophiles, the first thing that came to my mind is I coined this term up, the bathroom autotuners. People go in the bathroom, and whenever they start singing, they get this sort of echo and they start thinking that they are singers themselves. And I have no clue why, but they start getting so much confident about themselves. And I'm sure, I mean, I have done this 2-3 times, I'm guilty of that. But I'm so sure that everyone here has been through it at least once in their life. So whenever they go inside, they just get this sort of, I'm on the stage and I'm a established music concert singer, and they are just in their groove and they are just in that complete mood, and they just forget that, okay, we are still in my house and there are people around me who live and they have ears and they can listen to. So I was really, I had that experience once or twice when I was out with my friends or somewhere in their homes, and people just forgot that, okay, there are some guests at my house too. So that was one hell of an experience one time. Secondly, there is this other group of people that I don't really relate to them. These are these sulky, sullen listeners who are kind of living in the 60s or 90s still, and they keep on asking, they listen to their current music and they just keep on complaining about it, like they're irritated the whole time. What kind of music is this? The lyrics don't have any meaning. I don't get why would you listen to such music? And I'm just here, whenever I hear that kind of a reaction, I just feel, why do you have to be so sad about what kind of music I am listening to? Why? I wouldn't say that to your kind of music. Just don't comment on my kind of music. I love my music. So I'm really possessive about my music playlists. So I've told you these 2 or 3 experiences. Do any of you have such experiences with yourself or anyone else close or near to you?
What do you mean?
If I start about my experiences, no, actually my sister's experiences with music and the experiences I have because of her, then I guess we'll have to talk about it for the whole meeting. She goes into the bathroom and she starts the speaker, she might just forget that she has to come out.
Absolutely. I can relate to that.
I think it was a wrong idea to invite her to the meeting.
Yeah, and on the day when the music is the theme. Toastmaster Siddhant, were you saying anything?
I was just saying, what do you mean we think we are singers? We are singers.
Oh yeah, that's your confidence speaking. I don't have that much confidence.
We are the best singers in our own world. Okay, all of us separately. Also, jokes apart, yeah, I do have these. I have a very similar story to you, Mansi. My roommate, who I stayed with for 2 years, the minute he used to enter the house, he used to start playing songs. And they used to be the same 20 songs that he used to play on repeat. And there was one song that he kept playing when my mom was staying with us for a couple of days, and that was Tera Ghata by I don't remember the name of the singer, but he kept playing that so much that even now my mom is nauseated by that song. The other day I was playing it, I played it like the first 5 seconds of it, she's like, no, switch that off. I can't listen to that ever again. So that sometimes music does do that to you, but I mean, it's one of the best things out there because it makes you forget about things, and it's just really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth. Does anyone else want to share their experiences?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please.
What I think is that even I am a big I love listening to different kinds of music, and what I feel is that a particular song relates me a particular memory of my life. For example, if I listen to one particular song, it transports me back to about 3 or 4 years when a particular thing in my life happened. So this has happened a lot of times that if I hear a particular song, for example, if I hear a song of Chainsmokers, so they are a famous rock band. So you get transported back to that memory. So this is one experience I've had related to music.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone else wants to go?
I'd like to say one thing, that those people who listen to the songs of 90s and 80s, they might be a bit too harsh, but I am against that trend of making the remixes and destroying the originality of songs. That is something that I'm against. Everything else is fine.
Even I am like with Mansi, because now so many illogical lyrics have come. Like, for example, that song "Mera Pyar 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 Hukka Bar" and all those things. So many illogical lyrics have come. So even though I'm not a 90s kid, I would really love to listen to 90s music because they actually sound logical compared to the trends that have come nowadays in all these musics.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there are these, all these TikTok songs that are just trending. That the moment you open Instagram or the moment you open TikTok, those are the songs that just not really TikTok, but when you open Facebook or you open Instagram, you get to hear those songs all the time, even though you don't really want to listen to it.
Punjabi remix.
Yeah, absolutely.
TikTok kind of ruins the songs for us, actually.
Yeah. And you have to listen to the same 15 seconds again and again and again.
Yes.
That was quite a fun chat with all of you. Now we will move ahead to the next part of the agenda, the prepared speeches. Our first speaker for today is Toastmaster Indrajit. He is a pharmaceutical student and he has recently graduated. And he also jokes about him being unemployed recently. So, congratulations on that. And he loves listening to whatever music genre is Imagine Dragons. So, then I searched it up, it's mostly pop. So, thank you. And now let's welcome Toastmaster Indrajit on the stage. Toastmaster Indrajit, what type of leader are you? Sorry, I'm really, really sorry. I missed the evaluation part. So we have Toastmaster Aishwarya Bhure as Toastmaster Indrajit's evaluator. So would you like to give the objective of the speech, Toastmaster Aishwarya?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. The purpose of Toastmaster Indrajit's speech is for the member to identify his or her leadership style or styles. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. All the best, Toastmaster Indrajit. Over to you, TMOD.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Indrajit, what type of leader are you? What type of leader are you, Toastmaster Indrajit?
First of all, am I audible and visible? Is everything fine?
Yeah, could you take your camera a bit?
Yes. Is this okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This society has always set a high value on leadership. Being a good leader is one of the most difficult and rewarding positions in this society. Leaders shape our organizations, our communities, our nations. Good leaders help us take large scale decisions which keep the world running. Everyone has their own built in approach to being a leader, and your unique leadership style depends on your manner and approach of implementing plans, providing direction, and motivating people. There are a lot of ways to lead a team of people, and we can all agree that all the that the performance of any team depends heavily on its leader. Not having led anything previously, I don't have any engaging personal experiences to share with you right now. Plus, I discovered my own leadership style just last week when I took the quiz on the Complex Base Camp website. Uh, but it also introduced me to various other approaches to take charge of the proceedings. Just imagine that I am a great board games player. Just imagine. I'm excellent at playing Ludo, never lost a game of Monopoly, and I climb all the ladders of the snakes and ladders, a competent board games player. And my childhood buddy approaches me. He wants to learn and get better at playing carom. He isn't quite happy because he has been on a losing streak of 30 odd games. Now to help him find his best way, I know that working as a team would work wonders for him and to his low morale. And he's my best friend. It wouldn't be too difficult for me to give him a negative feedback. While helping him out, I would care not to be too blunt and hurt his feelings and create a positive atmosphere in general, but with a particular goal in mind. Thus, trying to strike the right note with him would make me an affiliative leader. An affiliative leader. But what if it is my competitor from a national level competition who needs some tips? A person qualified enough to take an informed decision about the game of carom. Well, here I can discuss, debate, and decide on the solutions together and reach a general consensus. And sometimes I can even take the back seat. Let them decide how to roll the die. Sometimes other people feel in charge and you just back down. That in itself is an attribute of good leadership. To allow someone else take the lead doesn't make you less of a leader, right? And when you involve the members of your team in reaching a conclusion, my friend, you are a democratic leader. A democratic leader. Speaking of competitors, he's a person who plays the same game as you. He knows the game of chess inside out. In such a case, I can collaborate, come up with innovative moves, and encourage the application of those ideas. Being good at the game won't even scare him to make risky moves on the board. As a result, being an innovative leader could lead us to developing some complex moves and maybe come up with novel ways of winning at the game of chess. Next, my grandmother comes to me. She wants to spend her free time playing those skipping marble game, marble solitaire, a brain vita. I guess everyone has had it in their childhood. The pink board with holes in it, and you skip the marbles, and then you remove it. The goal is to reach a single marble in the end. I would have to be a good and patient listener, and most importantly, be empathetic. I would carefully tell her the rules and the ethics, focusing on keeping the vibes positive. This is the approach of an altruistic leader, wherein you personalize your approaches to meet the individual needs of the team. But my perspective would change from the oldest member of the family to the youngest member. Shall my younger brother ask me to teach him a board game, say Scrabble, I would keep in mind that results are important, but progress can take time. I would challenge him to come up with innovative words and play to his strengths as best as he can. He has plenty of time to improve, and his skills can be honed for the future. But adopting such a coaching style is a two-way street. And I need to have the commitment from him, or else I would need to go bureaucratic, establish strict rules, and demand immediate compliance. My word, my word would be the last word. I say he does. That's it. Or I could even have the authoritative approach, and clearly tell him the set of rules he needs to follow to win the game of Scrabble. Motivate him, to expand his vocabulary, and get better at the game. Or show him what exactly is expected from him. Adopt this pace setting approach. This pace setting approach is very well exemplified by our current Indian captain Virat Kohli. When he joined the scene of cricket, he was a chubby player. People used to say that he is not fit. But after undergoing a strict regime, he transformed himself. He set an example for and when he became the leader, he set an example for the rest of the members of his team. And today, the Indian team is one of the fittest cricket teams currently in the ICC. So this is a pace setting approach. You need to know your own personal approach of controlling and governing people, because the world we live in is dynamic. There is abundance of scenarios you could end up in, and having a single leadership style has many pitfalls. Changing your approach depending on the situation helps you in reaching your targets and build a stronger leadership profile. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Indrajit. Let's take 30 seconds to give Toastmaster Indrajit feedback. You can do so through private chat.
Toastmaster Puneet, are you going to share your screen?
No, nothing. Thank you so much, Mansi, for asking. Enough of office में बहुत सारे PPT हो गए. I mean, there are so many PPTs which you do in office. I want you to relax and enjoy the speech.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Toastmaster Puneet. He is from the Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club, and he is currently employed with Mahindra Research Valley in the automotive division. And he jokes about having horrible taste in music. For evaluating Toastmaster Puneet's speech, we have Toastmaster Jai Singh. Toastmaster Jai, would you please state the purposes of the speech?
Sure, ma'am. Toastmaster Puneet. He is attempting a project focused on the positive. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice being aware of his or her thoughts and feelings, as well as the impact of his or her responses on others. Second, the purpose of this speech is for the member to share his or her experience completing the project. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, and best of luck to Toastmaster Puneet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jai. Toastmaster Puneet, what? So what? Now what? What? So what? What? Now what? Toastmaster Puneet.
Raise your hand if you want and own a big house. How many of us want to own a big house? Raise your hand. I could see, but I cannot see anyone out here. How many of us aspire to own a big home? Can anyone see me? Okay, I can see. Yes, Indrajit, Jai Singh, Swapnil Patil, thank you so much for acknowledging. And even, yes, Rahul, Chetan, and Swarangi. You guys are the most accountable people in the meeting. I'm pretty sure Vice President Education will be taking note of it. And G. Swapnil will be pointing it out in the good areas of meeting as well. But having said that, all of us aspire to own a big home. And it was no same for me, my father, and my brother, including our family. So we were living in 2 BHK. And since in the few years we would be expanding our family, we decided to move from 2 BHK to building a 3 BHK home. So we decided to purchase a land which was just adjacent to our home. But there were some challenges involved. Although we did bought the land and decided to start our project well ahead of our schedule, which is on March, COVID derailed our plan. It delayed a bit, but then we were determined to build our dream home. But then they say every masterpiece comes it with a seed of equal challenges. And in our case, it was the angry neighbor. This neighbor, on the other hand, is known to create problems after problem, not just for us, but he has also created problem for our neighbors out there. In fact, when we were demolishing certain part of our old building which was there, so to build a new one, this neighbor came and created problem. My brother and my father replied politely that to collect debris, Coimbatore Municipal Corporation does not allow big trucks during daytime, and it's only during night 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. are big trucks allowed. My brother politely replied, "My angry neighbor, how dare you? My sleep is getting spoiled because of you guys. I'm a high PP patient, high diabetes." And my father realized he's making joke, nothing like that. So there was this commotion which was created. And as you know, if there is any fight across India, people will come and flock over that area. And it was no different in our case. Thankfully, a policeman came nearby. He saw our commotion, the fight which was ensuring between my father and our neighbor. And thankfully, police supported us. We did won the battle that day. They say anger wins battles, but patience wins wars. And I realized that although we have won, but we still have a long battle to go. A long war, I would be rather precise. That's when I began to dawn that this person is always creating problem for all of us. He has done it for our neighbors. He's such a negative minded person. And thinking about him being negative, I started becoming negative. All the friends, people, neighbors out there were talking about the same thing. This guy is always negative. And that's when I went and asked my mentor. I asked my mentor, this person is always creating problem. By the way, my mentor is not mentor, he's a tormentor. I asked him, I'm in this situation, could you please help me? Okay. Son, you are in this situation right now where you're thinking from a problem mindset. I want you to shift from problem mindset to solution mindset. I said, what? Just ask these three questions to yourself. What? What is the situation? So what? What is the complication? If you don't act, now what? What is the solution you can do? And I was replied, okay, what? Three what? And I was puzzled a bit and asked him, okay, you have given me a general solution. Now please give me a specific solution. Then he gifted me this book. And I said, mentor, already there are so many books out there which you have gifted me. You want me to read one more book? Don't complain, just read this book. And that's when I started reading this book. And I realized one important principle in the way to connect with people. You see, although he was an angry neighbor, there are always ways to connect with any people who is angrier. So I thought, okay, let's speak about the most important subject in the world to this person. The most important subject one of us would love to talk. People love talking about themselves. And people love talking people appreciate you when you talk about them. And I used this principle. I went and met him and I said, hi, Srinivasan sir, how are you doing? I asked him in Tamil. Of course, none of you understand Tamil out here. That's why I'm translating it. I said, which means, how are you doing? He said, I'm doing great. Okay, good. And I introduced that, yes, I'm the son of this owner who owns this land. I work in Mahindra. Oh, wow, nice. So how is tractor and auto sales going? I replied, sir, sales are fantastic, sir. In fact, we are not able to meet the demand. That is the situation for us out here. Oh, he was happy listening to an enthusiastic reply from my end. And we somehow decided to part ways. Day two, I met him. I saw the beautiful constructed building which was there. I realized the building was really good. After all, 20 years, that building did not have any crack. And I genuinely appreciated his building. And through certain interaction, I realized that he owns a gold business. And apparently his office is on the top floor. Now, since my name is Puneet J, it means I make a lot of poor jokes, PJ in particular. So I said, oh wow, gold business, top class business. That's why you're occupied the top floor. And he laughed. I also laughed. And I knew that this person is not gonna create trouble for the rest of my life because I have built relationship with this person. Now, come whatever situation, he's not gonna create chaos, commotion, and confusion for all of us, at least for my family. That's when it dawned on me that my mentor was right. They say that they say that knowledge is power. Actually, it's wrong. It's not knowledge which is power, it's applied knowledge which is power. I was grateful to my mentor who introduced me to these three beautiful questions: what, so what, now what. So the next time when you are in a tough situation, ask yourself these three important questions. What represents the situation? So what would be the complication if you do not act? Now what is the solution? And I'm pretty sure you will move from problem mindset to a solution oriented mindset. After all, the world needs people who are desperate problem solvers. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. Let's now take 30 seconds to give Toastmaster Puneet feedback. You can do so on the private chat. All right. And now for our third speaker, we have distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha Lal. She is a facilitator, a trainer, a storyteller, an inspirational speaker, a published author, a coach and mentor, a Toastmaster for 3 years, and the list is long. For evaluating distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha ma'am's speech, we have Toastmaster Atharva. Toastmaster Atharva, would you like to state the objectives of the speech? We can't hear you actually. No. No. Okay, I think, should I go ahead with the objectives?
If you have them, you can read them out.
Yeah. So the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. I would now like to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha on the stage.
Just before that, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've explained the purpose right now, so you can hear the speech. Okay. So, distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha, voiceover words, distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha.
Thank you. Thank you. To all the audio files in the meeting today, how would you feel when you are in perfect harmony with the rhythm called life? And to hit the right note, it is to be able to listen to the music that pulsates here. To hear, and to hear. What is important to you? And how do you feel when you listen to your favorite piece of music? And how do you feel when you hear your neighborhood fighting over petty issues with their spouse, their roommate, their partners, or whoever it may be? And how do you feel when there's a trickle of water, when you want to turn the shower on just at the right temperature and enjoy that luxurious bath in the cold wintry morning of Pune? And how do you feel when you see, watch, and hear people quarrel, argue, fight, hit at each other, shout at a crossing for petty reasons Although it may sound far-fetched in pandemic times, we don't really see much traffic. But when you hear those sounds, how do you feel? Well, let me change the scene and take you back to those childhood days when you would sit and listen to those bedtime stories. Maybe your grandmama telling you, or someone who was your most favorite one. Like Kareena Kapoor said, I am my most favorite. Well, when that most favorite person sat down to narrate one of those juiciest stories, what hold strong in your memory even today? And what held you strong then when you sat down totally enamored and awestruck and wondered what's going to come next? Was it the narrative? Was it the storyline? Or was it the juice that trickled down your ears and not your throat? Well, welcome to the world of public speaking at Toastmasters, where we go on speech after table topics and reviews and evaluations and reports. And then the general evaluator comes and the Toastmaster and the presiding officer, and everyone says, that was a speechful, an earful, a mouthful, but no hearful of 2 hours of meeting after meeting. What holds your attention? What hits the right note when you say, that got my attention? Well, would you believe me that there is a research backed that says communication is a model where the 100% got divided into pies, where the cats fought and said 58% for the body language. Well, in virtual world, you think that matters? Well, I beg to say, it matters a little, but definitely not 58%. And then the tone says 35%. Well, that matters. I think we are bringing back the world of radios to these virtual meetings, where sometimes the bandwidth does not support us. So we turn our videos off and listen from our ears right to the heart. Well, that 35%, 38% has become God knows what percent, but I feel that matters the most. And the balance 7%, where we struggle to write a script like I have written mine here, 7%. And we struggle to work as a grammarian, as the word artist, where we are looking at powerful words to say what matters now is how you use your language to your advantage. Well, let me take you through a PPT which Puneet said, I will not sell, but like for my research, I need to validate it. And here you go. The 3 V's, V for Vasudha, V for victory, V for vibrancy, says vocal, visual, and my screen says I don't show, so it doesn't matter. Well, the vocal, visual, and the verbal says for 7% of words is what we struggle day in and day out, picking the right words. But it is not the word, it is the how that you deliver those words, which adds to the 38%, which means 38 and 7 is a good 45. Okay, let's get ready, fight for the 55% of the body movement. Well, when I show my punches ready and I'm smiling, do you get hit on the solar plexus, or do I hit with the arrow that's so gentle and touch a chord in your heart? Nonetheless, it all bows in front of the voice, tone, modulation, and all the necessary pauses that may just lower your voice and say, hey, dude, a cup of coffee? Yeah. I like the way you say that. I love your style. How I hate you for that. Totally discouraged. Well, believe me, believe you, ladies and gentlemen, it does not matter in today's time what 55% says, because you can hardly see the body movement except for my hands. When I say hands up, I bow down to you. What matters is voice over words. How you articulate, how you convey from the heart in collision or in collusion with the head and delivered through the mouth. And that hits a tiny organ called the ear, but it travels from here and goes out if I don't use my voice to our advantage, where me becomes we when I connect with my voice, how I say what I wish to say. And back then, somewhere around 1960s, this gentleman called Albert Mehrabian, who says the entire world of communication works around these three factors. So slow down a bit on your speech delivery. Listen from your heart, because it is the feeling that matters and the attitude in the voice that will convey. Mine is the third speech in your meeting today, and some more will go on to say what they wish to say for the next minute to 2 minutes. But mind you, it's the feeling that matters. It's the icing on the cake and the chunk, because when I soak in the feeling that merges with what I wish to convey, I think something rings a bell. It is time to look at the red button on my screen and say, I hear you. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha. Let's now take 30 seconds to give feedback. Okay, so timer, have all the speakers qualified?
Yes, yes.
So should we have the voting right now or later on?
Yes, I'll launch. Just a minute.
Okay. Okay, so the voting poll has been launched. So do vote for the best speaker.
I need 5 more votes. Okay, we can move ahead. The result is clear.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. Now it's time to go ahead in our agenda. Our next session is the impromptu speaking session, the table topics session. For that, I will now hand over to the table topics master, Toastmaster Mansi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. Good evening to everyone present in the meeting room again. Now it is time for the table topic session, which is the fun part of the meeting. Now let me explain the purpose of table topics to you. Table topics is basically thinking on the spot, and that is one skill that is required in our life as well. Whenever we want to lie to our parents or our friends or our teachers, or whenever we have to give an interview or a last minute presentation, table topic impromptu speaking skills will always come in handy. Now I will explain the format of the table topic session. Initially, I will give you a topic on the spot, any guest or a member, and you have to speak about that topic for 1 minute to 2 minutes 30 seconds. And after 5 to 6 topics, there is a surprise for you. I will not reveal that right now. So let's start with the table topics session. Firstly, I would like to invite Toastmaster Swapnil for the table topics session.
Which Toastmaster?
Toastmaster Swapnil Patil.
Because
Sorry.
there are two Swapnils. Okay, great.
Okay, Mansi.
So Toastmaster Swapnil, your topic is what got you through 2020? Okay, let me just share my screen. Just a minute. What got you through 2020? Toastmaster Swapnil Patil, what got you through 2020?
Thank you, Mansi. 2020. We are already in December. And who would have thought that it would be a year can bring such a big change in your life? When I recall the Decembers of last few years, I cannot really differentiate between how was December of 2017 different from December of 2018? How was December 2018 different from that of December 19? But 2020 is a year that nobody is ever going to forget. It is almost 7 to 8 months that I have been working from home, and since March, being precise, if you ask professionally, being aware of having some technical skills got me through 2020 professionally. And apart from the office hours, my reading habit and of course Netflix helped me to spend rest of my time. And when Corona got in initially, we all were thinking how would we get through all this. But after some time, we all managed not only to think about Corona, because that's not anyways going to help you. Once you know what precautions you have to take, you have to follow, you have to take those precautions and not necessarily excessively think about Corona. So I would say it was the books, Netflix, and having some technical skills that helped me work better professionally, got me through 2020. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swapnil. That was pretty much everyone's story of working from home and binge watching series. So now the next speaker for the next table topics, I would like to call Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Can you switch on your video?
Yeah, just a second. I have to give permission. Am I visible? I'm sorry.
Okay, Toastmaster Saurabh, the topic for you is one reason why you are looking forward to 2021.
One reason.
One reason why you are looking forward to 2021. Toastmaster Saurabh, one reason why you are looking forward to 2021. You can take 10 to 15 seconds to think since it's your first table topics.
Okay. So the reason I'm looking forward to 2021 is like it's a lot of uncertainty. Like what's gonna happen? Like this year, at the beginning of this year, no one thought that suddenly in March all colleges, schools, everything's gonna shut down, and we're just gonna go in lockdown mode. Just like that, like there's a lot of hope right now for the vaccine and everything, and still it's still very uncertain what's gonna happen later. When are the colleges gonna start? When are the schools gonna start? And when exactly will everything get back to normal? Till when do we have to wear this mask and take all the necessary precautions? There's still a lot of uncertainty, and 2021 is, in general, I think it's going to be a much better year than 2020, of course. And hopefully everything will get back to normal in 2021. We don't have to wait for 2022, hopefully. And that's the reason I'm waiting. I'm looking forward to 2021. I've already, in this lockdown, uh, also I'm looking forward so that I can go back to college and meet all my friends again. It's been around, I guess, 9 to 10 months since I haven't seen many of my friends who live out of town. I'm really looking forward to meet them again and hang out and just like live my life normally again. That's the reason I'm looking forward to 2021, and I have big hopes that it's gonna bring joy, and the hopefully the suffering will end to all the people who are suffering from COVID, and the world will get rid of this virus soon. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. That was a great attempt by you, considering that it's your first table topics. Now, I would like to call guest Shreyas Mandke. Are you there, guest Shreyas?
Hello, I am Shatayas Mandke.
Hi, would you like to attempt the table topics session?
No,
Okay, why so? I'll give you a simple topic, don't worry.
yes,
Okay, so the topic is you just met your kindergarten teacher and you have to give her an update of what all has happened in your life since your kindergarten.
actually, this was not happened in my life.
Since senior KG.
Yes,
So you have to just
since
give her
senior
an
KG.
update of what all has happened in your life since senior KG. Would you like to attempt this topic?
Mm, no, actually,
Okay, just introduce yourself to the whole club in 1 minute. We would like to hear
yes,
more about you.
I am Shatayas Mandke. I am in 11th standard now for 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 the hospitality management and tourism. My age is 17 complete. My hobby is cooking and traveling. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, guest Shreyas. Please do keep visiting, and I'm sure that you will attempt a table topic again with much more confidence. Now, I would like to call guest Tanvi for a table topic session. Okay, so the topic for you is there is a running joke that half of Pune is in Goa right now. So, what are your views on this? Half of Pune is in Goa right now. What are your views on this?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Yeah.
Okay. So as as we know, Goa is really small, and it was probably the first state to get rid of COVID in India, like not permanently, of course, but as soon as the lockdown was the restrictions were reduced and everything, everyone planned, let's go to Goa. We'll have this the festivals and whatnot, everything. But I'm pretty sure the people at Goa would be quite frustrated that we do not have COVID here and you guys are coming, but you guys sure have COVID in your states and your cities, and you'll bring it in our state, and we'll again have to go into lockdown and our businesses would be shut down again. Because I heard from one of my friends that his friend was in Goa, and at the restaurant, when they parked their car, it, number plate said MH12, and the guy was like, "Oh, there are again people from Pune coming here and spreading COVID and troubling us. You think it's fun for all of you, but it's really trouble for all of us." And I I think uh, Goa it's quite overrated actually for everyone just planning Goa time and again. Let's go to Goa. Yeah, that's all.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster Mansi.
Okay, now I'm going to try something different. I will be calling two speakers, and each speaker will be given 5 words, and you have to converse between yourselves. Both the speakers have to converse between themselves, and they have to include those 5 words in the conversation as seamlessly as possible. And you can have a back and forth conversation, like the speaker one will speak for some time, then the speaker two, then again the speaker one. You can have that kind of a conversation. So are you ready for this, and are you excited?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
It's also very challenging sounds like.
Yes, even I am excited because I am not going to attempt this. So for this, first I would like to call guest Chetan and Toastmaster Jay.
Sure.
Let me show you the words.
Okay. Not able to.
Swarangi, you can just annotate. The timing will be normal 1 to 2.5 minutes. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just
Okay.
annotate on the screen.
Okay.
Okay. So I have to speak first, and then the speaker two will speak, and I have to use all these 5 words. Am I right?
Yes, you have to include these words in the conversation, and it can be a back and forth conversation. Like he will speak for some time, then you will speak, and then again he will speak.
Okay.
So
So
you can take 10 to 15 seconds, and speaker one, that is guest Chetan, will start, and then just continue the conversation.
Okay. So let me start.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Mansi, should we make it more than 3 minutes? If because there are
Okay.
two speakers now.
Yes.
Yes, we can increase the time.
So should we make it 3:34?
Okay, we'll do it because conversations can take more time. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We can go ahead.
You can start, Toastmaster
Okay.
Jay.
Yesterday, I was watching a Prime video about a university bison. In that video, they were showing some hereditary documentary about this Egypt. And that documentary I really liked.
Okay, nice.
Speaker 2.
So yes, yesterday I was listening to Coldplay, say something just like this song, and suddenly I thought, what would it sound like if he was on helium? Yeah. So yes, I used to do those helium pranks in my school. I used to scare my neighbors, and mainly I used to do those in my economics class, wherein the teacher was more, someone who is really strict.
Yeah, and when I was watching this movie, then suddenly I heard a big sound, a noise, like some explosion. And that was the explosion from the helium, what my neighbor was doing. So I stopped immediately that side, and I stopped my all the prime videos which I was looking, and the university where I have to give the exam about this Egypt, that also in the in between. And as soon as I got this, my university, my call from the my headmaster, they said, we are the Python University people, and we have to be feel a confidence in this, like the hereditary of the other peoples. We have to win in any case.
In the meanwhile, you could have used helium to code the event. Uh, just what you said, just like what you said, you heard a big sound of helium. Uh, you should get with them and enjoy those stuff.
And suddenly my mom came. My mom said, hey, what are you doing? Why are you diverting your mind? You have to focus on it. Because tomorrow you have the exam. And in the exam, no one will ask you about this explosion or helium. They will ask you about the Egypt. What are their habits? How are they living? That we have to focus on your university. No need to divert your mind. And with this motivation, I said, okay, let's close the window, let's close the old doors and focus only on my video once again.
In the meantime, I was again listening to Coldplay. I was in my school. I can't really think of anything else to speak with it. Uh, can we end it here, Mr. Jay?
Now,
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, my friend, when I was thinking only about the university, that was not the end. The world is not ending inside the university. There we have a life. We have a life outside of our universities. So first I started definitely like all of you from the study, and soon like the Amazon, Netflix, they catch ourselves. And then I forget about this studies and all. Then started to watching how the other neighbors are doing. How can we engage them? And then how we can create a good atmosphere where we can increase our economy, because it's a depend on it. And as soon as I got this thought, then I started, okay, let's create a strategy from the school to the university. Let's bring together all the people, and then we can have a common understanding, a common perspective from everyone. Then we can learn from the old Egypt up to the newest technology, maybe like the helium and all, and then we can bring this economy high. And definitely we can take the benefit out of all these prime videos. Thank you, and over to you, table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay and guest Chetan. That was a very hilarious conversation, and I've loved listening to it. Now, next, I would like to call Nikita Khurana uh, and Kaivalya, guest Kaivalya. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Is Kaivalya there?
Hi, I'll try. I mean, I'm not able to speak so much, but still I'll try.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Is it okay if I don't? I mean, if I not start a video,
yes,
like
it's fine.
I'm not
If
in
you have,
condition to start a video. Yeah.
yes, if you have some problems, it's okay if you switch off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Nikita and Kaivalya. Nikita, you will be speaker 1, and Kaivalya, you will be speaker 2.
Okay.
So you have to include these words in the conversation, and
All
it's
right.
not necessary that you have to include all the words in one sentence. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to speak for 3 to 4 minutes, and it will be a back and forth conversation. So it's okay if you include some words later and some words earlier, but the bottom line is that you have to include all of them. So you can think
All
for
right.
10 to 15 seconds and then start.
Okay.
Shall we start now?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Hey Kaivalya, did you hear about the latest trend launched by Spotify by the name 2020 Wrapped, where they actually, launched this playlist about all of the songs that we heard all through the year 2020? What do you think about it?
Yes. Yes. I did heard about that. I once saw MS Dhoni listening to Spotify. Yes, and yeah, it was a great app.
Yeah, exactly. And also, to be very honest, while listening to music, I also prefer doing certain workouts, which is why so many of them were my workout playlists. And my favorite workout would always be squats. I enjoy doing squats. What about you?
Yeah, that's great. I even do skipping. I even uh, and I even saw MS Dhoni doing skipping and working on his legs with squats. And though he eat a lot of French fries, it doesn't matter. He always get trophies like bronze, golden, and silver. So yeah, it's okay if as long as he's eating, he's working out with squats, and though he's eating French fries, it doesn't matter. He's listening to Spotify. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. By the way, when you told me about French fries, I got reminded of some really cool sandwich. Like recently, I just paid a visit to this restaurant called Subway, where they launched a new sub sandwich. And you know what? If you really want to enjoy a good meal while being really healthy, while it being a really healthy meal and not being a junk food, then you can always opt for lettuce as one of the ingredients for a sandwich, and it always works. Trust me, you should go out to Subway and try it out. It really was a good sandwich.
Yeah, that's correct. I even heard that you can add lettuce in it, and yes, you always should add lettuce in it. It is good for health. It is good for vegetarians. Yes. And you know uh, uh, yeah, I once been to one hotel and I found uh, a big python over there, and it was a like it yeah and I for I'm sorry. uh, I once saw MS Dhoni catching python, and yeah,
Oh
that's
my
it.
God, that's really cool. I never heard of it yet. By the way, have you ever heard of a black python? I mean, I have seen different colors of pythons, though I haven't really ever seen a black python. Have you ever seen any kind of a python in black in color? Maybe on Discovery Channel or
Yes.
any sort of Natural Geographic channels?
Yes, uh, I did heard and saw many black python. It doesn't matter though those should be black. There could be many colors of pythons, and yeah, those could be called a sand. Those could be called Indian uh, big pythons, or those could be related to some mitochondria related. I am not aware about this species, but this should be some mitochondria kind of species. So yeah, there could be some black pythons as well.
True, there might be some. We don't really have an idea about it, but we could go up on Discovery and search about it, or maybe on Google. There's so much of information out there. Yeah, by the way,
Yes.
Kaivalya, I really have a presentation to make. I have a meeting tomorrow at my office, so I really need to make a PowerPoint presentation as soon as possible. So I'll catch up with
Yeah.
you later. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's absolutely fantastic. Yes, see you soon.
That was a great attempt by both of you. I mean, really great. I really enjoyed listening to your conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guest Kaivalya, even though you were not confident about it, you did pretty well. I mean, you should attempt more table topics in the future also, so you will become more confident.
Sure. Actually, this is my first attempt to Toastmaster. Uh, I have been thinking of joining Toastmasters, so I actually just completed my work from home, and I suddenly remember that I have to join this open meeting to Toastmasters. So yeah, I was able to join right now.
That's great. We look forward to having you for more meetings. Do you have time for one more?
Yes.
I probably not. I think we'll have to move for the evaluations.
Okay, sure. So that was a great table topic session, and thank you everyone for participating. Since I was sharing my screen, I did not get time to edit the poll, so I will launch the poll in 2 to 3 minutes. We can move ahead with the evaluation session till that time.
That was quite a humorous table topics for my first time. First time I'm seeing such a different format, and it was quite fun. Also, all the guest speakers have qualified Toastmaster Mansi for the timers report for the table topics.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi.
And now we have our evaluation session. So in this part of the agenda, we have all of our speeches evaluated by senior Toastmasters. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Indrajit, and his speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Aishwarya. She is a final year engineering student and she loves to cook, and she loves music, and it's really hard for her to name one genre, but she generally prefers soft rock. I'll now like to hand it over to Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. Good evening again. I always like the people who explain complicated technical terms using simple language. And today I liked Toastmaster Indrajit's speech because of the same reason. For the non-Toastmaster people in the room today, for them, bureaucratic, authoritative, affiliative, all these terms are complicated. But putting it forward in simple language, and that too using a beautifully woven story, is commendable. For me, it was the highlight of the entire speech. The other thing I liked about the speaker's speech were the hand gestures. Actually, the next project deals mainly with the gestures, but I feel that the speaker has completely nailed it in this speech itself. The gestures were very impactful and they were adding up to the delivery of the speech. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Indrajit, for that. However, I feel there are some areas of improvements. For that, I have 3 recommendations for you. First, the primary objective of the speech was to identify his personal leadership style or styles. However, he did mention in the start that he became aware of it last week by taking up the assessment, but he never mentioned it throughout the 7 minutes. So that was missing. The speaker spoke for 6 minutes 17 seconds. There was an entire minute which he could have used to tell us more about his leadership style or styles. So, and the second recommendation I have is pause at the beginning. Whenever someone hands over the stage to you, do not just abruptly start speaking. Pause for a while, like 8 to 10 seconds. I feel those are 10 powerful seconds. Firstly, it shows that the speaker is calm, he is relaxed, he is confident. And secondly, it builds up the suspense in the audience and they get ready to listen to you. So pause for a while at the beginning after you are handed the stage. Third is not actually a recommendation. I think it was my personal observation. The background where the speaker was standing was white, and the speaker is also wearing a white shirt. So to me, it seemed a little off. The speaker could have worn something contrast, so it couldn't have looked weird to me or to the audience. So overall, a great attempt, a great speech, interesting story, impactful gestures. Only pause at the beginning and share personal leadership styles to add a personal aspect to the speech. All the best for your speeches ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Puneet Bagrecha. He gave a speech of Level 3 Project 2 from the Pathway Perspectives of Influence, and the project name was Focus on the Positive. His speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Jai Singh. Toastmaster Jai is an engineer, and he loves reading and running, and he enjoys music from the 90s. Over to you, Toastmaster Jai.
Presiding officer and Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a warm good evening to all of you. We are here to learn. We are here to learn some important aspects, not only of public speaking, the others as well. What we can do to improve ourselves, how we can solve the problems of our life, and that we got after listening the speech from Toastmaster Puneet. Let me highlight few points which I really liked about. He suggested what? So what? Now what? It means a complete strategy to analyze a problem and to decide to find the solution for this. That's the thing we are here. What we have to do if there is a problem that he clearly stated. The second point which I really liked, how he engaged the audience from the initial stage. As soon as he is on the stage, he asked the question, how many of you like a big bungalow, a big flat? Because everyone likes it, so everyone raised their hand. So that's the way how to engage. Then the trust built, and as soon as you are connected with the audience, half of your task is done. Now they are just waiting to listen little bit more about you. The next point which I really like, the body gestures. We can see hand movements, motions and all. But here I have one recommendation also. No need to use always left side or right side. We have a front also. Like there was a huge big building. That can also we can explain. So we can use the front side of our stage as well to explain the situations or to create the image. The second, the background. In each and every speech, the background should be crystal clear. Otherwise, what will happen as soon as you show this book, our attention was grabbed by that book, and as soon as you put it down, then we were also looking down. We were trying to read the title of that book that distract ourselves from you, so that you can improve. Second, every time you have a high volume in each conversation, not with your neighbor, with your brother, police, every time. Sometimes we can create some characters who are speaking in the low volumes. Example, my brother said, why every time like this situation? I'm fed up all this. And then you said, no, we have to do something and we have to improve. So two different characters can have a different volume also. So by adding these 2 points, your speech will be awesome. You have already met the objectives, engaged the audience. Super. And we will happy to hear more from you. Thank you. Over to you. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jay. Before moving forward with our third evaluation, let's have the polling. Let's have the poll voting for the table topics. You would see the screen on which you have the poll for the table topics. Do vote for the best table topic speaker.
I need 2 more votes. So, but the result is quite clear, so we can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. The third speech was given by distinguished Toastmaster Vasudha. It was the level 1 project 3 speech. The pathway was effective coaching and the project name was researching and presentation. I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Atharva to give the evaluation for the speech.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, Toastmaster Vasudha is a magician, and listening to her speech is like attending a magic show. Initially, the audience had different things going in their mind, like things related to music, regarding what Toastmaster Swarangi was speaking. But she beautifully connected her speech to what was going on initially. And the stage was set for magic. And you know what? Magicians are performers. She used body language, she used voice variation. I particularly liked the change of pace that she used in her speech. The speech was informative. And the most interesting part about the speech is what she spoke about is what she implemented. And in research or any research based speech, it is very rare to see what the speaker speaks about and what he implements. But there is a small catch. There was a scientist with a mathematical mind in your audience. That was me. So, from the point of view of a scientist or a mathematician, I have some recommendations and some suggestions to the magician. Uh, Contrary to what the content of speech said, in a research speech, it actually matters what you speak and not how you speak. So, the content, the research is what matters in a research based speech. Your speech mostly revolved around one statistic, that is 7% usage of words, 38% use of audio, and 55% use of visual aids or body language. So this was the only fact the whole speech revolved around. I think the research could have been in more depth. For example, you could have told, why is hearing effective? Does it trigger some neurons in brains that produce some certain chemicals like serotonin or dopamine? Or is there a different kind of memory like the auditory memory that like that gives us a different experience of what the person is saying. And the second recommendation that I have for you is always in the presentation or whenever you mention some statistics or reports, always quote or mention the source of the information or the statistics. Coming from from my experience, where there are a lot of research papers presented, the credibility of the publication is very important. So that is what I think should be implemented in a research-based speech. You should always state the source of the information. Barring these two recommendations, your speech was wonderful, and I hope that in next research-based speech, you tend to do more research, give a more in-depth knowledge to the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atharva. Toastmaster Mansi, are all the evaluators, have all the evaluators qualified?
Yes, everyone has qualified. I will launch the poll. Just a minute.
Yeah. I would request everyone to please vote for the best evaluator.
We can go ahead, Swarangi.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. When I talk about audio files, it always reminds me of this one incident. We were in college and our sir, it was a zero period kind of a thing, and our sir was sitting in front of us when we were supposed to do some assignments, some work, and we were given the freedom to do anything we want. So some of us had put in our headphones and some were listening to music, some were just watching some YouTube videos, and some were just doing their assignments while listening to music. And then there was this another friend of mine who took Dance Like No One's Watching too seriously. And she took Sing Like No One's Watching too seriously. She took it to heart. And she was so much in the groove of listening to the music that she started screaming at the top of the voice in the middle of the song while everyone was very silently doing their work. I don't know how to express it to you, but her voice is very shrill and she started on a high note suddenly. And it was very nerve wracking and it was a heart wrenching experience for me because I was sitting just behind her and I did not know what struck the classroom. It was literally, I felt like, wait, what just happened? And such, I have had so many experiences like these that it has been a lot of times that I've seen so many people just start singing in between. But the shrill voice just has me replayed in my mind again and again for the past 4 years. And I cannot get it out of my mind. So these are the people who are just in the music video. They dive right in the music video and they feel that we are in a music video and everyone around us just is in the same mood as they are in. Another type of music listeners and lovers that I would like to talk about are the wannabe Bacha fans. I've been in some societies and there have been Ganpati festivals, and everyone while they are in the mood of Ganpati and everyone is in the mood of celebration, they come back after the Visarjan and everyone is just singing loud Bacha songs and they are just singing all the chorus. And then these are the people that go home and listen to Arijit Singh. Their way of their impression of being savage and then going back home and listening to Arijit fans is the most contradictory thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've had so many experiences of all of these different types of audiophiles, and I'm sure all of you have too. And this can be a long chat, but we now have to move over to our role player reports. So let's go ahead with that. First, let's have our language evaluation report. This would be given by Toastmaster Atharva. Let's welcome Toastmaster Atharva on stage.
Thank you, everyone. Uh, so let us start by the good usage. So Toastmaster Puneet pointed out a very important point in his speech, that whenever facing a problem, you should be solution oriented and not problem oriented. So the problem that I have in my hand is, like, I have written all the good usage and not so good usage, but didn't have the time to look the meanings on internet. So the solution approach would be to ask you guys for help, and let us see who knows the meanings of the good usage of the words. The first good usage of is, I guess all of you must be knowing by now, is the first good use was audiophile, which means
It's people who take music to another level and they are addicted to audio gadgets.
exactly. Okay. Then the second was to coin a term. Anyone?
The word isn't really in existence. You say, invent that word, kind of.
Yeah, to coin a term is to, like, establish something. Okay. And to, right, as Rangi said, exactly. Third word is competent.
Exceptional, or he has been accomplished in that particular thing.
Right. Adage. An old adage. An adage is an old saying. So basically, when we say, like, when we see like our parents or grandparents saying a phrase, then it is probably an old adage that has been used in every generation. The third is compliance. What do you mean by compliance? Probably the CA students, CFA students would be knowing this.
May I?
Yeah.
Swapnil here. Compliance means there are some rules, and whatever actions we are doing, they have to be in accordance with those regulations. Then we can say that we are compliant with those regulations. We have complied.
Exactly. To be in compliance with means to be in accordance with some, mostly in context of some guidelines or rules. The next word that was used was infuriating.
Angry.
Angry.
Angry or upset, maybe.
Enraging, I think, to be more precise. Uh, trickle. Trickle.
Generally, the water falling down, the noise of it, sound of it.
Okay. And very, so apart from these vocabulary words, there are two phrases that I liked very much. Me becomes we. I think it is a beautiful where beautiful phrase where only three words explain a lot of things. Me becomes we. And the third was someone used to hear, to hear, to hear three times. So it's an alliteration and I guess repetition, to be precise. But it added a really great effect to the speech. And some not so good usage in the speech was make sure you tend to reduce the use. So make sure you reduce the use would have been appropriate, as you cannot, like, make sure to reduce your tendency to reduce the word. So I guess that is not appropriate. The second is every challenge comes with it. So I'm not sure what the speaker was trying to say. Every challenge comes with it. So you must be wanting to say with every challenge something comes. The next not so good usage is to connect with any people. So the good usage should be to connect with any person or to connect with people. Suffering will end to all the people. Suffering will end for all the people is the right usage. I did heard was used. I did hear is the right usage. Uh, the word of the day and the idiom of the day was used by Toastmaster Vasudha Lal very beautifully in her speech. Apart from that, I'm sorry if I missed because I was doing one other role. So I'm sorry if I missed anyone who has used the word of the day and the idiom of the day. So that's it from my side for the language evaluators report. I hope you learned something from today's vocabulary and grammar use and try to implement it in your future speeches. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atharva. That was quite a different language evaluation report. Now the next we have our Accountor's report, which would be delivered by Toastmaster Rahul. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rahul on stage.
I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So good evening, everyone, to all the speakers, those who are present in the meeting room. And yeah, I must say that it was a brilliant display of speeches, evaluations, and even the table topics as well. I really loved listening to your speeches. But still, there were some errors or flaws I would like to say, I would like to present in my report. So starting with the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Swarangi. So overall, you had 4 short pauses, then 1 filler word, that is then 3 repeated words, and 2 filler words in your speech, in your total speech of your in the meeting. Then Toastmaster Mansi, you played the role of the timer and the table topics organizer as well. So in that overall time period, you had 4 short pauses, 2 and 2 repeated words. Then the speakers, Toastmaster Indrajit, you had 3 repeated words, 1 short pause, and 1 filler word. Then Toastmaster Puneet, you were almost flawless. I was listening to each and every word of your speech, and somewhere I felt that there were 2 short pauses. I don't think that they should be considered as short pauses, but you were flawless almost. And Toastmaster Vasudha, you were flawless, absolutely. I was listening to each and every word, but I couldn't find even a single flaw in your speech. And the pauses were so flawless and spot on. And yeah, that is how a flawless speech should sound like. Moving on to the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Swapnil Patil, you had 3 short pauses and 1 repeated word. Then Toastmaster Saurabh, there were 2 repeated words, and actually there were +5 filler words. So you could have worked upon that, but I think you have just joined Toastmasters, so you will improve with time. Don't worry. Then guest Shreyas, actually I wasn't able to evaluate you. Actually, I think there was a network issue at your end, so I was unable to evaluate you. So extremely sorry for that. Then guest Tanvi, there were 2 filler words, and they were mostly and I think the rest was flawless. Then Toastmaster Jay, including your both table topic session, the session and the evaluations, there was 1 short pause, 1 repeated word, 1 filler word, that is and 1 repeated phrase. Then guest Chetan, you had 2 filler words and rest you are flawless. Then guest Kaivalya, you had 5 plus repeated words, and even repeat filler words or more than 5, and most of them were and . So it is fine, as it was your I think it was a first table topic session, so you would improve with time, don't worry. And guest Nikita, there was just 1 short pause. Toastmaster Aishwarya, you had 1 short pause and 1 filler word. You are almost flawless. Toastmaster Atharva, you had 1 long pause and 2 repeated words. But I think that you were tending to use the filler word a number of times. The content presented by you was very nice and brilliant, but you could have worked upon the filler words. You could have revised your content a bit. So yeah, that is from my side. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. And now, for our general evaluation report, I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Swapnil to give his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Swapnil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. Am I audible and am I visible?
Yeah.
Before
Toastmaster
you
of
begin, Toastmaster Swapnil, I will start sharing the screen at 5 minutes. I need to edit the certificates and I can't do that when I am sharing the screen.
no worries, no worries. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and dear guests, good evening. So, did you all enjoy the meeting?
Yes.
Today we had a pretty less attendance, but still, I really enjoyed today's meeting and I really like the way the meeting was managed today. Starting with the Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Siddhant, who did a kickstart of today's meeting. He was responsible for starting the meeting well in time. He explained the ground rules of the meeting. He took round of introduction of all the guests and he also explained the club mission. So good job on that. I just have one recommendation for Toastmaster Siddharth. Never address guests or Toastmasters by their first name. So I think you said, instead of saying guest Tanvi, you said Tanvi Kasande or Priya Pandit. It is very important that when you are in Toastmaster, you have to address the guests as guest Tanvi or guest Priya Pandit, because these terms, guests or Toastmaster, are very crucial terms. They are to provide dignity or respect to a particular individual when he's attending a Toastmaster and when he's playing a particular role or when he's attending the meeting. So you need to understand these things. But overall, Toastmaster Siddharth did a great job as a sergeant at arms. Coming to the enthusiastic Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Swarangi, very energetic, a great theme. I really enjoyed, and you were really very interactive. That the way we were interacting about the music and the way you asked the members and guests to share their experience, that actually added enthusiasm and excitement in today's meeting. I must say you had a great command over English language. You used some of the terms like coined up, backed up internship, established concert, and the list goes on. I wanted to ask you, were you referring to your notes by any chance? Toastmaster Swarangi.
Just for the introductions. I didn't have a script for the theme.
No worries. So I have just one recommendation for Toastmaster Swarangi. I think this recommendation was pointed out to you last time when you were a speaker by Toastmaster Siddharth, who was the evaluator that time. Eye contact is very important. So I think it felt more like you were reading because your eyes were more focused at the bottom. So I think people have this misconception in online meetings, like people think that nobody knows when we are reading or when we are not reading, or when we are referring when we are not referring to something. So I want to say that eye contact is something which is very important when you should have the V format. So you should be looking a bit at the side, bit at the towards your screen, and again at side when you are actually talking. So eye contact is very important when you are speaking. Coming to timer, Toastmaster Mansi, you explained the role, but as a Toastmaster of the day, you did a fabulous job. Congratulations on that. Coming to Toastmaster Mansi, who was a timer, explained the role of a timer very well. And I really like the way you did not provide examples, because what most of the timers do, they give example like for prepared speeches, minimum of 5 minutes green card, then 6 minutes yellow card. So time management is something which is very important and which Toastmaster Mansi followed. You did not give the examples because you knew that anyways before the prepared speeches, evaluation or table topic, these things are anyways going to be explained. So a very good job on that, Toastmaster Mansi, as a timer. Coming to our counter, Toastmaster Rahul, he explained the role as our counter precisely. I just have one recommendation for Toastmaster Rahul. Mention flawless speakers first, then the speakers who utilize the ahs and ums, and again you can encourage the speakers by saying good things. So the CRC format, that is commend, recommend, comment, is the thing which you have to use when you are an R counter as well. Coming to language evaluator, Toastmaster Atharva. First of all, Toastmaster Atharva, thank you so much for taking up this role at the very last moment. And I really appreciate the way you were handling two roles at a time, evaluation as well as language evaluation. It is something that is very difficult, but you handled it very well. The word of the day and idiom of the day were pretty simple and they were easy to use. And I really like this innovative concept where you encourage the members and guests to identify the meaning of the good usage of the words, because most of the times the language evaluator just list out the good usage and give the meanings. But I really like the way you were interactive in today's LE report. Coming to the evaluators, all the three evaluators followed the CRC format, that is comment, recommend, comment. I have one suggestion for Toastmaster Aishwarya Bhure. So when you say that Toastmaster Indrajit, so this was your statement. This speech was more about explaining your leadership style and not about leadership style in general. So the important factor why and how you can improve upon those suggestions is very important. So for example, when you made this statement that it is about more about your leadership style and not leadership style in general, you should give one example. So like situational leadership. So so Toastmaster Indrajit, you could have highlighted more upon one leadership style, say for example situational leadership, and then you could have given your own personal experience associated with situational leadership. Say for example, Toastmasters meeting, how to handle Toastmasters meeting in case there is an internet failure suddenly. So this is one example of a situational leadership. So this is how you could have corrected Toastmaster Indrajit. But overall, I believe Toastmaster Aishwarya, you did a good job. Toastmaster Jay and Toastmaster Atharva Khisti, even you followed the CRC approach, that is comment, recommend, comment. And I really like the way you ended up on a very positive note. Coming to Toastmaster Mansi as a table topic master. So first of all, congratulations for doing handling two roles at a time. A humorous start to the table topic session. The topics were pretty easy, and I really like the conversation part which was utilized in your table topics. I just have one recommendation for Toastmaster Mansi. I wouldn't say that you were criticizing the speaker, but I felt you were pointing out the mistake of the guest. So for one guest, for guest Kaivalya, you said you were not confident Kaivalya, and there was one guest whom you said you can come more as a confident speaker. So I have one suggestion here. It is really important to be positive and diplomatic in these situations, because when you're thinking about in perspective of the guests are attending Toastmasters meeting for the first time, and they are completely oblivious of so many terms, especially table topics where they have to speak on the spot, and this is the most difficult part of Toastmasters. So it is very important to be a bit encouraging when it comes to guests and be more positive and diplomatic. Even though it is not apt, you have to be positive and encouraging when it comes to guests, because we don't know because every individual is different and we don't know how each individual is actually taking up a particular thing. So it is very important to respect the feelings of a particular person. I can see that I think I'm disqualified. So red card is being seen, so I would like to quickly wrap up general with the general comments of today's meeting. I really like the way So today we had a backup for the language evaluation, and I really like the way Toastmaster Mansi handled this situation today. And I really like the way the XCOM has handled today's meeting. There was a great management done when there was a back out at the last moment. So good job on that. I really enjoyed today's meeting, even though the attendance was less, and I'm sure I'm disqualified, but that's not a problem. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swapnil, for such a detailed report and a very encouraging one as well. And now we have almost come to the end of the meeting. And before handing over to the presidential address, we have a lot of various different music genre fans in our meeting today. And some are 90s lovers, and some are pop song lovers, and some are classic lovers, some are rock song or hip hop lovers. So I think everyone would love this song, and I would like to end the meeting with this song, which was just released on the brink of the 2000s. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster Mansi for the closing presidential address.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swarangi. Before the closing address, let me launch the poll for the best role player. So as everyone knows, Toastmaster Swapnil has not qualified. Everyone else has qualified. So please vote for the best role player. And in the interest of time, I will move ahead with the feedback and you all can vote simultaneously. So I would like to have feedback from the guests and the visiting Toastmasters regarding the quality of the meeting and what you felt. First up, I would like to ask DTM Vasudha for her feedback. Is she there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, I
And
didn't see her.
I've been posting messages in the chat. I'm totally bowled over. So I see a lot of new faces, although I'm not much of a frequent visitor, except you two. By and large, I see new members, but amazing. I want to applaud. The evaluation and every report was beautiful. There is so much to take from each one of you. I was going to ping Vivaswan and say, I'm missing you, but I want to tell that I didn't miss him. Because of the quality of meeting, beautiful. I would love to come back to your 500 meeting. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Vasudha. Now, guest Nikita, we would like to have your feedback.
Sure. So I really enjoyed the meeting. And to be very honest, I was initially really anxious, especially during the time of the table topic session. But I'm glad I took the challenge and I'm really looking forward to attending more sessions with you all. This was a really kind of a confidence boost for me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guest Nikita. We look forward to having you for more meetings. Now, guest Kaivalya, we would like to have your feedback.
Hi. So it was a great session, I would say, and thank you for giving me an opportunity for talking on a talking between table topics, and it was a great and yes, looking forward to have good time with Toastmasters. Yes.
Thank you, guest Kaivalya. We also look forward to
Mhm.
having you. Now, guest Tanvi, feedback from your side.
It was quite fun. I have kind of overheard a lot of meetings in the past few months, but it was fun to be a part of one, and I look forward to attend more. Thank you.
Thank you. So you are my sister, so I know you are becoming a member. No need to say that. Looking forward to having you. Okay, who is left? Toastmaster Puneet, we always have your feedback, and since that we don't have much time, I won't take your feedback this time. Guest Chetan, would you like to give your feedback?
Hello everyone. So being a guest, this is my like fifth or fourth meeting. I really do enjoy the meetings, but since last three meeting, it's been like I don't know if I'm going to attend one due to my hectic workload in office. But somehow I make time to attend. Even today, I was toggling in between windows to talk with my colleagues and attend meetings. But I really enjoyed it and looking forward to be a member. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Chetan. Last but not the least, guest Shreyas, would you like to give your feedback? How did you find the meeting?
Hello, I am Shreyas. I was enjoying it, and also I was a bit nervous. Yes, this much only. Thank you.
Thank you. No problem about that. Everyone is nervous, especially during table topics. Even the experienced Toastmasters have some nervousness. Now, moving forward to the certificates of today's meeting, the winners of today's meeting. Would anyone like to guess who the best speaker of this meeting was? Okay, I won't keep much suspense. DTM Vasudha is the best speaker of today's meeting. Let's reserve the round of applause till the end of all the certificates. We would applaud for all of them at once. Next, guest Nikita was the best table topic speaker. That was a great attempt by you, as I said earlier, and you totally aced the conversational part of the table topics. Now, next, Toastmaster Atharva was the best evaluator. Congratulations, Toastmaster Atharva. Last but not the least, the music lover, Toastmaster Swarangi, is the best role player of today's meeting. So let us now have a big round of applause for all the winners of today's meeting. Moving forward to the announcements, Toastmaster Swarangi has completed level 1 of leadership development. So congratulations, Toastmaster Swarangi. And the Pune Advanced Toastmaster Club is conducting the Tall Tales contest on 13th December. The timing, just a minute. So, DTM Vasudha, are you there? Okay, she is not there. She is part of Pune Advanced Toastmaster Club. She would have given us some more info about the Tall Tales contest. But okay, so the contest is from 10 a.m. It will start from 10 a.m. and it is on 13th December. So if you have time, do attend the contest. And if you need the meeting link or anything, you can contact me and I will give it to you. So that's it from today's meeting. I now officially close the meeting and we can stay back for chit chat, some more chit chat. Thank you, everyone.